There is a quiet truth that most people ignore. Your life is shaped not by what you wish for, but by what you repeatedly do. Every day, you are either building yourself or slowly breaking yourself down. The habits you choose, the distractions you entertain, and the discipline you avoid all come together to define your future. Stoicism teaches us that a meaningful life is not accidental, it is intentional. It is built through conscious effort, inner control, and the courage to face reality as it is. In today's world, it's easy to lose yourself. Endless scrolling, temporary pleasures, and constant noise pull your attention in every direction. But the Stoic path is different. It is quieter, stronger, and far more powerful. It asks you to look inward, to take responsibility, and to shape your life with purpose. One of the most effective ways to do this is through the hobbies you choose. Not hobbies that distract you, but hobbies that discipline you, sharpen your mind, and strengthen your character. What you do in your free time is not just for fun. It is training. It is preparation. It is transformation. The right hobby can turn confusion into clarity, weakness into strength, and chaos into control. You don't need 10 different habits all at once. You need one, just one, that you commit to every single day. In this video, you'll discover 10 powerful hobbies rooted in Stoic wisdom that can completely change your life if practiced consistently. Each one is simple, but don't mistake simplicity for weakness. These are practices that build unshakable focus, emotional control, and inner peace. Before we begin, make a decision. You're not just listening, you're taking action. And if you want more content like this that will challenge your mindset and help you grow stronger every day, make sure you subscribe to this channel and become part of a community dedicated to discipline, clarity, and Stoic living. 1. Reading with purpose. Reading is more than a hobby, it is a gateway to transformation. But not all reading is equal. Mindless consumption of information will not change your life. Intentional reading will. When you choose books that challenge your thinking, that force you to reflect, and that expose you to timeless wisdom, you begin to reshape your mind. Stoics believed in learning from those who came before them. Through reading, you gain access to the thoughts of great minds without needing to experience every hardship yourself. You begin to see patterns in life, understand human behavior, and develop a deeper sense of awareness. At first, it may feel slow. Your mind may wander. You may struggle to focus. But that is part of the process. Reading trains your attention. It strengthens your ability to sit still, to think deeply, and to resist distraction. Over time, this becomes a superpower. The more you read, the more you realize how little you know, and that realization is powerful. It keeps you humble. It keeps you curious. And most importantly, it keeps you growing. Start small. Even 10 pages a day can change your perspective over time. The goal is not speed, it is understanding. Reflect on what you read. Apply it to your life. Let it shape your decisions. If you commit to this one habit, you will begin to think differently. And once your thinking changes, your life follows. 2. Journaling for clarity. Journaling is one of the most underrated tools for self-mastery. It requires nothing but honesty, yet it reveals everything about you. When you write your thoughts down, you are forced to face them. No distractions. No escape. Just you and your mind. Most people live in confusion because they never take the time to understand themselves. Their thoughts remain unexamined, their emotions uncontrolled, and their actions reactive. Journaling changes that. It brings order to chaos. When you write daily, you begin to notice patterns. You see what triggers you, what motivates you, and what holds you back. You begin to separate what is within your control from what is not, a core Stoic principle. This habit also helps you process emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively, you reflect. You question. You understand. Over time, your emotional reactions become calmer and more deliberate. You don't need a perfect structure. Just write. Write about your day, your thoughts, your struggles, your goals. Be honest. Be raw. This is not for anyone else, it is for you. As days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, you will see your growth on paper. You will see how far you've come, And that awareness will push you even further. Clarity is power. And journaling is one of the simplest ways to gain it. 3. Physical exercise for discipline. Your body and mind are deeply connected. When one grows stronger, so does the other. Physical exercise is not just about looking good, it is about becoming disciplined, resilient, and mentally tough. Stoics practice voluntary hardship to prepare themselves for life's challenges. Exercise is a modern version of that. When you push your body beyond comfort, you train your mind to endure discomfort. There will be days when you don't feel like it. Days when you are tired, unmotivated, or distracted. Those are the days that matter most. Because discipline is not built when it's easy, it is built when it's hard. Through consistent exercise, you prove something to yourself, that you can do difficult things. That you can show up even when you don't feel like it. That you are in control. This confidence spills into every area of your life. Your work improves. Your focus sharpens. Your self-respect grows. It doesn't matter what form of exercise you choose. Running, lifting weights, walking, what matters is consistency. Start small, but stay committed. Over time, you will not only look stronger, you will feel stronger. And that strength will carry you through life's toughest moments. 4. Meditation for inner control. Meditation is the practice of returning to yourself. In a world filled with noise, opinions, and constant stimulation, the ability to sit in silence and observe your thoughts is rare and incredibly powerful. Stoicism teaches that you are not disturbed by events, but by your interpretation of them. Meditation helps you see that clearly. When you sit quietly, even for a few minutes, you begin to notice how restless your mind is. Thoughts come and go, worries about the future, regrets from the past, distractions from everywhere. But instead of reacting, you simply observe. This creates distance between you and your thoughts. That distance is freedom. Over time, meditation trains you to respond instead of react. When challenges arise, you don't immediately panic or become overwhelmed. You pause. You think. You choose your response. This is true control. At first, meditation may feel uncomfortable. You may feel like you're doing nothing. But that is the point. In doing nothing, you gain everything: clarity, calm, and control. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit still, focus on your breath, and gently bring your attention back whenever your mind wanders. With consistency, your awareness will grow stronger. And as your awareness grows, so does your power over your own mind. 5. Learning a new skill. There is something powerful about being a beginner again. In a world where people want instant results and quick success, choosing to learn a new skill forces you to slow down and embrace the process. Stoicism teaches patience, persistence, and humility, all of which are required when learning something new. Whether it's a language, a craft, or a technical ability, the journey will challenge you. You will make mistakes. You will feel frustrated. You will want to quit. But that is where growth happens. Learning a new skill reminds you that progress is built through effort, not talent. It teaches you to focus on what you can control: your practice, your consistency, your attitude. As you improve, even slightly, you begin to trust yourself more. You see that you are capable of growth. You realize that limitations are often self-imposed. This habit also keeps your mind sharp. It prevents stagnation. It pushes you out of your comfort zone and into a space where real development happens. Choose something that genuinely interests you, but commit to it seriously. Show up daily, even when progress feels slow. Because in the end, it's not just about the skill you gain, it's about the person you become in the process. 6. Practicing gratitude daily. Gratitude is simple, but it is not easy. In a world that constantly tells you to want more, do more, and be more, taking a moment to appreciate what you already have can feel unnatural. But this is exactly why it is so powerful. Stoicism teaches that suffering often comes not from what we lack, but from what we fail to appreciate. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus. You stop chasing what is missing and start recognizing what is present. This doesn't mean you lose ambition. It means your ambition becomes grounded. You are no longer driven by dissatisfaction, but by purpose. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you are grateful for. It could be something small, a quiet moment, a lesson learned, a challenge that made you stronger. Over time, this practice rewires your mindset. You become calmer, more content, less reactive to negativity. Gratitude also builds resilience. When life becomes difficult, you are still able to find something positive, something meaningful. This keeps you steady. The more you practice gratitude, the less power external circumstances have over your happiness. And that is true freedom. 7. Embracing solitude. Most people fear being alone. They fill every moment with noise, music, social media, conversations, anything to avoid sitting with themselves. But solitude is not something to fear. It is something to master. Stoics valued solitude because it allowed them to think clearly, reflect deeply, and understand themselves without influence. When you are constantly surrounded by noise, your thoughts are not truly your own. In solitude, you meet yourself fully. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. You may notice thoughts you've been avoiding. You may feel restless or even bored. But if you stay with it, something powerful happens. You begin to understand yourself. You learn what truly matters to you. You become less dependent on external validation. You gain confidence in your own thoughts and decisions. Solitude strengthens your independence. It allows you to recharge, to reset, and to return to the world with clarity. Make time to be alone. Walk without distractions. Sit in silence. Reflect. Because the stronger you become in solitude, the more unshakable you become in the presence of others. 8. Limiting distractions. Your attention is one of your most valuable assets, and one of the most under attack. Every day, countless distractions compete for your focus. Social media, notifications, endless content, they are designed to keep you engaged, but not fulfilled. Stoicism teaches control, and one of the most important things you can control is where your attention goes. When you allow distractions to dominate your time, you lose direction. You become reactive instead of intentional. But when you take control of your attention, everything changes. You think more clearly. You work more effectively. You live more consciously. Limiting distractions doesn't mean eliminating everything, it means being intentional. Set boundaries. Decide when and how you engage with distractions. Create moments of deep focus where you are fully present in what you are doing. This is where real progress happens. It won't be easy at first. You will feel the urge to check your phone, to switch tasks, to escape discomfort. But if you resist, even for a moment, you begin to build control. And that control compounds over time. Because where your attention goes, your life follows. 9. Helping others with purpose. In a world focused on self-improvement, it's easy to become overly focused on yourself. But Stoicism reminds us that we are part of something bigger. True fulfillment comes not just from personal growth, but from contributing to others. Helping others shifts your perspective. It takes you out of your own struggles and allows you to see the world more clearly. It builds empathy, connection, and purpose. This doesn't have to be something grand. Small acts of kindness, offering support, sharing knowledge, these are powerful. When you help others, you also strengthen yourself. You develop patience. You learn to listen. You grow emotionally. Stoics believed in living in accordance with nature, and part of that is recognizing our role in the human community. When you live only for yourself, your world becomes small. But when you contribute to others, your life expands. You begin to feel a deeper sense of meaning, one that is not dependent on success or recognition. And that meaning becomes a source of strength. 10. Building self-discipline. If there's one habit that ties everything together, it is self-discipline. This is the foundation of all growth. Without discipline, motivation fades. Without discipline, intentions remain unrealized. Stoicism is built on discipline, the ability to control your actions, your thoughts, and your reactions regardless of how you feel. Self-discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Waking up early. Sticking to your habits. following through on your commitments. It is not easy. It requires effort, consistency, and sometimes sacrifice. But the rewards are unmatched. Discipline gives you freedom. Freedom from regret. Freedom from wasted potential. Freedom from being controlled by impulses. Start small. Build routines. Keep promises to yourself. Every time you follow through, you strengthen your identity as someone who is reliable, focused, and in control. Over time, discipline becomes who you are, not something you force. And once that happens, your life will never be the same. You don't need to change everything at once. You don't need to master all 10 hobbies immediately. You just need to start. Choose one. Commit to it. Stay consistent. Because real transformation is not dramatic, it is gradual. It happens in the small decisions you make every day. One hobby. One habit. One step at a time. And before you know it, your life will begin to shift. Your mindset will strengthen. Your discipline will grow. Your peace will deepen. If this message resonated with you, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more content that will challenge you, guide you, and help you become the strongest version of yourself through Stoic wisdom. Your journey starts now.